The model code of conduct in Tamil Nadu allows ministers to use official vehicles, flags and beacon lights. Puducherry Governor's office denies reports of allotting land to the Governor Iqbal Singh for setting up a medical college. From facing protests targeting him, Thangabalu himself turns protester today. Politicians condemn the death of 4 Tamil fishermen. In the middle of many controversies himself, Thangabalu dismisses rumours that he will be sacked from his post.
Not bothered about my presidentship. I am bothered about my party and my leader. My party leader is supreme. Whatever my leader says, I follow.
Act Tamanna lands a soap company in Soap. Madras High Court grants interim stay for the ads telecast featuring Tamanna. The soap company is yet to respond. People protest against the proposed demolition of a church at Mulakadai for a flyover project. The church is over 2 decades old. And rain stops play between Kochi Tuskers and Chennai Super Kings. Good evening, I'm Divya bringing you the news tonight. Let's take a look at the news making national headlines. Civil rights activist Binayak Sen is released from the Raipur jail. Chhattisgarh court asked Binayak to appear for all hearings. As the Bengal elections get underway, Buddhade Bhattacharya shares his government's biggest mistakes from NDTV. Bitter battle within the Lokpal panel. Anna Hazare writes to Sonia Gandhi attacking panel members Kapil Sibal and Digvijay Singh. 10-year-old boy allegedly beaten to death by his employer in Delhi. Other children recount their horror. As her condition worsens, doctors decide to move Arunima to Delhi for treatment. Ministers race to visit her. Passengers of the Mumbai-Delhi Rajdhani arrive in Delhi after their miraculous escape early this morning. And after wooing fans in the capital, Akon travels down south, performs in Bangalore. Fans enjoy his biggest hits. Well, in a reprieve of sorts for politicians who have been under the strict vigil of the Election Commission, a few relaxations have come in. The EC has partially relaxed the model code of conduct in Tamil Nadu. The relaxations allow state ministers to use official vehicles, flags and beacon lights, but they cannot enter the counting centre locations in these vehicles. Ministers are not allowed to review the work of the police or revenue personnel or any other election official. While the use of government guest houses by ministers is allowed until the 10th of May, the guest houses should be reserved for Election Commission's observers from May 11th to May 15th. Floating tenders for approved works is allowed, but that also needs permission of the Election Commission. Local bodies are allowed to convene meetings and take decisions on this. And for more on this, our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed now joins us live from our newsroom. Will be certainly a mild relief for the state ministers there. Give us more details.
Divya, in fact, this has come as a huge relief for the politicos, particularly the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was also talking about how the work has paralyzed in all the departments of the government because of the model code of conduct. And now that the Election Commission has come out with the measures partially relaxing the model code of conduct, the ministers are allowed to use their official vehicles with the party flags and the beacons. That is allowed, but they are not allowed anywhere near the counting centers because they have to stop their vehicles outside the security perimeter. That is the condition that they are given now. They have to follow that condition. And about the tenders, there is an important mention of tenders. Floating of tenders is allowed, but awarding of tenders need the permission of the Election Commission. That is a very significant development. On the other hand, the another important thing is that work tenders which were already given, those work can be done because those were stopped because model code of conduct came into force on March 1st. Another important thing is that MB Development Fund, that money can be used for development work in any constituency, but MLA funds cannot be released because that will reflect on the political party, local political parties.
Is there any particular reason as to why the relaxation has been offered only for Tamil Nadu as of now?
No, all the 3 states where the polls have been completed, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Kerala, this relaxation will come into force immediately, and until counting the other rest of the model code of conduct will be in force. Only this partial relaxation will remain until the counting is over.
Right, Happy. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with all those details there. Moving on, there is more trouble brewing for Puducherry Lieutenant Governor Iqbal Singh. Following the passport case, he was in the middle of another controversy of a land allotment case. However, the Puducherry Chief Minister's office has denied reports of allotment of land to the governor for setting up a medical college in the Union Territory. The Chief Minister maintained that the allegations and the timing clearly had a political agenda. Already under suspicion for his alleged links with the tax evader Hassan Ali, Iqbal Singh said he is ready to resign from his post if asked to, and that he is ready to face questioning. Moving on, the CPM State Secretary G. Ramakrishnan today condemned the killing of 4 Tamil fishermen from Rameshwaram. He said it is the duty of the central government to order a probe into the killing of 4 fishermen, and that both the state and the central governments should provide adequate protection for the fishermen, as such killings have been reported quite often. The CPM State Secretary also said that the Chief Minister should not stop with writing letters to the centre on the issue. And the usually quiet and warm Nageshwara Park today turned into a heated stage, with Thangabalu and his supporters lashing out at the alleged killings and attacks on Indian fishermen. The TNCC chief condemned the role of the Sri Lankan Navy and later courted arrest. During the protest, Thangabalu urged Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and the External Affairs Minister to take up this issue with the Sri Lankan government. Thangabalu promised to protest all over the state if the attacks continued. Ironically, barely 200 meters away from the place of action, Thangabalu's effigies were being burnt as he's been drawing flag for expelling 19 members from the Congress.
I am not carrying out anything against central leadership. I am following the rules of the game. So it is my duty to demand my party government also to support Tamils in Tamil Nadu.
So why streets to ask this?
I am telling you, this agitation is against Sri Lankan government. This agitation is aimed at asking the Sri Lankan government to restrain killing Tamils, killing fishermen. This is main important. This is the issue where the Congress party is concerned. That is why I come to the street. There is limit for everything. Tamil Nadu people cannot be a silent spectator on killing the people of Tamil origin.
Well, the TNCC chief also slammed the rumours doing the rounds that he will be sacked from the president post.
Not bothered about my presidentship. I am bothered about my party and my leader. My party leader is supreme. Whatever my leader says, I follow.
Well, these protests today erupted following the recent deaths of 4 fishermen. Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi has reportedly written to the Prime Minister asking him to take immediate steps to curb the alleged inhuman activities of the Sri Lankan Navy. The fishermen community had demanded the setting up of an inquiry commission to probe the death of 4 Indian fishermen whose bodies were found one after the other over the past 2 weeks after they went missing while at sea on April 2nd. Local fishermen alleged that all the 4 were tortured to death by the Sri Lankan naval personnel and that their bodies were dumped into sea. Moving on, the Madras High Court today granted interim stay for the advertisements featuring actor Tamanna. The actor today filed a petition claiming that the advertisement is telecast even after the contract period with the advertisers was over. She entered the contract in October 2008 for a year with the popular soap company. Tamanna has demanded 1 crore rupees from the company for this violation as damages. NDTV Hindu approached the soap company, but they are yet to respond.
The product is concerned, the company continue to use their name is concerned, and the same profile have been projected, issued the notices several times. They disobeyed the notices. Despite that, so we have filed the case now. In the case now, the injunction has been granted, stating that they should not use the profile of that Tamanna actress. Till 18/6 it is being granted. On their presence, it will be reviewed how to be proceeded with.
And also in the court halls today, the Madras High Court restrained 6 newly elected members of the Bar Council from assuming office The court ordered inquiry into allegations of corruption. A tribunal including senior advocates is constituted to look into the allegations of corruption against 3 members, and the tribunal is asked to submit its report by 30th of June. The court also said that the elections for chairperson of Bar Council, the vice chairperson and the All India Bar Council membership should not be held until the inquiry into 6 new members is over.
The election of chairman, vice chairman and All India Bar Council member is deferred, and a tribunal was constituted under the chairmanship of Mr. Rajagopalan, election commission advocate. And he will file a report after inquiring the allegation made against these 6 members and submit a report by 30/6/2011. After that, the court will decide.
And a few people from North Chennai today protested against the proposed demolition of a church at Moolakadai for a flyover project. The CMDA has sent a notice to the CSI church at Moolakadai, which is over 2 decades old, on the proposed acquisition of the land belonging to the church. The people associated with the church have started protest against the proposed demolition. They allege that the demolition would also affect a school adjoining the church. While the MDMK's General Secretary Vaiko and 2 of his associates will participate in the second round of investigations at the Sterlite copper plant at Thoothukudi, which is going to be carried out by the NERI team from Tuesday to Saturday this week. On the directions of the Supreme Court, experts from the National Environment Engineering Research Institute inspected the plant, which is reportedly causing high pollution to the nearby environment. MDMK Chief Vaiko would be accompanying NERI in his capacity of being a petitioner in this case. Still ahead on the bulletin, on the eve of the West Bengal polls, the Chief Minister gets candid to NDTV, spelling out his mistakes.